it's past the trigger okomfo kwaade the more and say they're making money out of him. They are making money. Democrats saying is he fair or buy or the two na menji mabedwa for adventure and sana yet to fi akọ Ghana and so be able call. Yeah, share quickly okomfo kwaade story no you be our follow kakra and also now be who he's a fan. Means me one more time anyway. But there is a developing story. Omoka said most celebrities were making money out of him, knowing very well say not on Tiapo. What do you make of these celebrities? We're making money out of him, knowing very well say not on your case.
Well,
management.
I don't know if we discussing the same story because there's one article that I also read online.
What did it say?
The article was speaking on the fact that there's an organization. So they are using Okomfo Kwaade as an ambassador to campaign against drugs.
Okay.
So the family members are thinking, say, this organization is using Okomfo Kwaade to make money. So the family members rose against that institution, and the institution came out to lambast that accusation. And they said that okay, they are only using Okomfo Kwaade, who is in a typical mental state, or should I say a bad mental state, as an ambassador to campaign against drugs. Probably they are thinking, say, yeah, it is drugs that has made him what he is now. So him being the face of the campaign, according to them, might probably help in some sort. But the family also thinks they are using Okomfo Kwaade to make money.
Exactly, that's where my point comes in, sir. And I may question the question. That's it's out there that people think say even the management and even though they may ever say the ban home fan, but still they're making money out of him.
Yeah.
Into you can make your submission and then
Well, according to what I read, that particular organization is using to campaign. Probably if we could get maybe some of the names that were listed in that submissions, maybe they can be able to clarify things, because you see this day and age in the social media, everybody wants to drive traffic. It will bring traffic to their page. That is what people do. So for me these days, I don't even believe in social media news anymore.
Okay.
Headlines are selling more than the actual stories. So you will find out that as MBAC, but there's a caption, or maybe there's a phrase in the interview that was made, and then they just take that and then they caption the whole interview. And sometimes it makes, if you are not a good reader like myself, I don't like reading, honestly.
Headlines now they sing.
Yeah, and because I know what people can do with headlines, at least I take some few minutes to glance through at least the first 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. Then I know what is going on there. But some people just don't read at all. They just take the headlines and then they dwell on it. So probably what we can do is that if we can get someone to clarify that story, then we can know where it goes. But whether I'm reading the article.
So as we try to get somebody to do a follow up on the story, and trigger be push ya ba or left say kakrama mena has there we have me camera now with them pa. Okay, what do you make of Okomfo Kwaade's story? Last
now my chia what's your phone will be a OTA radio Gold Coast.
Yeah, Gold Coast Radio SA.
Yeah. Now before na me penasem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Salmon.
Yeah. But
now when you die hard fan.
Yeah. Now me penasem before. I didn't see make us before. Now me said that you will be me follow no more. What you say. Yeah. Now the concerning the story so no I'm on for cancer Momo de no Jiska no any other. O send me link no me read the story ni kakra. Me so me obi a me so me reading. And I believe in this ye pentemna ye buaten. You understand? We don't go through the story. Any bua ye can say they talking about the event no take advantage na and also mo de apis kakra nti kakra me so me to me I can.
Okay, anyway, trigger and not yet saying in kind of time check. We've done about 10 minutes into the hour 2. We still a text line and a WhatsApp line with him the voice note and I said text message about and we +2 and then you can be part of the show. You go to a opi ewa Ghana a list of names a buyer no more say nipa bi ewa ho no mo I said yeah the omodio Okomfo Kwaade but it's all good. It's all good. Me nyina ye behwe aka ho asem. Okay, Tigusua Epim say yes, Ebeka. We have other stories and so we have other stories. One story, so a quick one. I did watch from another sister radio station, a bulldog. I know this was a draw. But like seriously, when I read the story, but I have a problem with the host anyway.
Okay.
Because you asked a question and a provoke a bulldog is a nana. But
you see, in this life, when you slap someone, don't expect them not to react because of the environment. That is the mistake that you might or should say that is the surprise that you might be in for.
Can you repeat that?
I'm saying, if you slap someone in public, don't be surprised their reaction. This environment. Will be some provocative question, and then you are reading the article. Whatever the question was, whoever provoked who, it is just action for reaction. If the person didn't start it by giving an action, there will not be any reaction. But because they got this, or should I say he lost himself, he attended to it right there and then. And to know someone, don't expect the person would write, say, these are my said or what the presenter said for Kabibri Wagana.
Okay, if say limousine is a show off was some passe, some interactions.
Problem akasa be between.
Even for the guys wait Jimmy like
no matter what. And I appear to know what Jimmy did more than old bulldog. You understand? And see, but quickly say or fast to say host in the catcher and said the he may can be brain or what I was saying. He said obi tiana say obi asum mama Andy me Bobby asum we only say on your problem with Shatawali
a bulldog
body Shatawali and was say we are now kunkuma manfo kunkuma aka obi timi akume. That was the problem between Shatawali and the bulldog before me reminding on you maybe home sa me bo me kun ni sa na man which emboano enti yes I know no unite omo it was that issue no enti na said that kind of spirit of me bo ni me kun ni sa na man onye very careful
okay
because a bit me are landing in a situation I believe some so quite be on maybe
maybe anyway so that was Trigger MC Trigger and yet sitting kind of still on Kwame Fusu. I think he's still not okay with the dia na pesa okay dia na Trigger kan nti abese
MC bibia won ka kanti obese
you see in this business in this show business so just bebre wo hono man we have to learn to overlook them. And when I'm saying overlook them, not in a bad way, it is show and business.
Okay.
When it comes to Apietus and Bulldog, you can't say Bulldog or Apietus has been in the existence long than each other. It's only by some sheer coincidence that music producers started making names. So JQ and the started side that was how producers started making names. Meanwhile, Bulldog has been managing and producing 5-5 at that time, and they were making name. Just that people didn't know who this Bulldog guy is. And when it comes to respect in the industry, they were all behind the scenes guys, so we don't know who came before who. But if there was 5-5 whom Apietus was the one recording, then probably they might have been in existence within the same time. And to know, yes, they have to respect each other, but regardless who came after who or who came before who, I don't think that is much of a factor. What I think is a factor is that something is good. That is how maybe in the industry he is presenting himself. Yeah, kasi ye pobi or controversial into kwapefua we look to Shatawali. So they say, and maybe some of these things of threatening people, no, that is what makes him relevant. So when that, and I will not mean say, hey, Bia. Well, there is a reason he came back to come and apologize, because probably how many of this in Kwasama Shatawale has he ever come back to apologize? None.
Okay.
But I know Bulldog on countless times come back to apologize on certain issues. So I'm only saying, say, the character Bulldog, probably we don't understand him because he's not a frontliner. he's a behind the scene guy.
Okay.
And you know, a beer or no so because I have seen so many of videos and so many interviews where he has come up that harsh, especially when it comes to Nam1. Because let's not forget that Nam1 employed him as a music manager, or I think as a director in the what do you call it, the Xylophone media productions.
Okay.
And you know, who appear to you speaking the way you spoke, you know, he feels you are speaking ill against his boss. Don't forget, say it is not everybody who sides with what Nam1 has done, and it is not everybody who supports what he has done.
Okay.
What the Kwame means, me the Kwame pa. Na unim asama awoka say bulldog or standing in for the boss na. Don't say asama omoka no man to me I'm saying na. But don't say in law. Let's say who a company, right? Now the government want to, because of say their money laundering and stuff. So the government want to put hands on your company. Okay. Or out of maybe 3 companies that you have, which the government have the right. So obey your car. So are there only right on to mean jinkwa? Any say be a watoka and now what dine now would be for which government ni who say be. But when you talk about men's good, Nanapia there. When you talk about Xylophone media, Nanapia there. When you talk about Xylophone TV or radio, whatever, Nanapia there. Which as someone appear to come was right.
Okay.
And for you to come in now, because
what do you think he's like? What to you? What did appear to say that you think is right?
Okay, maybe my memoir not because when the appear to say government need new rights, and I say any right to say we have Xylophone media, no, a TV, radio yeah, and other stuff. Any what Xylophone, the what do you call it, the money laundry
stuff.
And
that's men's gold.
Men's gold. Yeah. So we have Xylophone media, and then we have men's gold. So if the issue here no has to do with men's gold, why should it affect? How do you call it? Xylophone media. You should deal with men's gold issue. No unja Xylophone media. I say be obe shut down the radio station, the TV station as a sort of cast. It doesn't feel right. That's what Bulldog said. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think that is wrong? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, that's okay for me.
Let me tell you something. You started by using the word law.
Okay.
And in law, you are not guilty until proven otherwise by the court. So what I say.
Yeah.
Now, if Nanapia mentioned that we all know is guilty of whatever is happening, why is he working out there? Because the court has never been able to prove him guilty. I am not saying say whatever is going on with the men's gold issue is right. But since there are laws that is governing that country, Ghana, no, you cannot call him guilty. Because if he was guilty, the law should have dealt with him. And we all know that in black society, money can buy justice. So what I say. And you know,
it's not always true though.
Well, it's not always true, but in certain situations, it's in your face.
So what are you trying to imply
say?
now?
What I'm trying to say is that if men's gold has got an issue, and you are affiliating it with Xylophone media, that is wrong.
Okay, so it's fine. Let's listen to this, the conversation that took place. Now you may say if we can make sense out of what is happening.
Okay.
Tembra no we use the year no we use
Not good and your problem no. What has Xylophone? Well, Jimmy Papa, you are not here. Second, why Kumiki town Nam1 is trying to find his feet back.
Okay. So Nam1 is trying to find his feedback. So now we've gotten to know what the story is about. And
it comes back to what I was saying.
Like,
let's say the management or the CEO of Gold Coast Radio has other companies.
Okay, to trigger about the side
okay,
yeah.
Freeway anymore.
Yeah,
sorry,
no problem.
Let's say the CEO of Gold Coast radio stations and then other places, and then Gold Coast Radio has got a problem.
Okay.
And then let's say Gold Coast has got a problem with me as an individual. Then I leave Gold Coast, I go to the shops of the manager in charge of Gold Coast has got something. It doesn't make it right. That is what Bulldog is saying. Say, if men's gold is where the problem is, tackle men's gold.
Okay.
Because every business has got a business registration. You've got a business certificate that certifies you to operate. So it makes you a different entity. It's like you having children, and then one of your kids has a problem with the law. And then the police will come and say, okay, since we are looking for your first son and we can't find him, we are arresting your last born. It doesn't make sense. And that is what Bulldog was saying.
Okay, let me just come in here. What is that? When you're talking about business is not you. Business got its own. And it's one business, what I say. Now when you're another one, which all these business now were registered in your name. When the government come in now, government and bit for the two business in or then in Sabato.
Well, that is why Men's Gold is not operating and Xylophone is operating.
No, I'm coming. Why I said Obefani say because Udin NIA campaign, right? But say in case says Senka other media networking say or the OB our shares woman and the government doesn't have any right. What I say. And what Appear to was saying was right, and then Bulldog what is just saying is because of say only Juma. So he's just saying he's just trying to make, for me he's just trying to make noise.
Well,
out of nothing.
I don't believe that, because see, when you are injured by a person and you want to retaliate, you fire blindly without caring who is going to be affected, and that is what Apietus was doing. And Bulldog is only trying to tell him that it's wrong. The fact that I work for Men's Gold. Maybe because you are hurt by Men's Gold, Nintendo, you feel like the owner of Men's Gold should pay for everything. The only thing they can take from the Napier Mensa are the things they've taken away from him. The personal belongings like the cars, the houses, and then the Men's Gold business itself. Xylophone may be a part of the things he owned, but if it was something that he owned personally as an individual, ask yourself, why is Xylophone still operating? That should tell you, say, he might be part of the owners and not even the owner. And now say he might even have established the business for someone, and he's just there as a financier. So if you as Apietus, you've been hurt by Men's Gold, you cannot go and sit somewhere and say they should shut down Xylophone Media. And no, it doesn't make sense. So they say you are trying to say because you have been affected, people's job.
Okay, I'm on for Juma Intime Elmo Mosa. You still in tune to Gold Coast Radio as 29 minutes into the hour 2 is so on. Okay, and to know another story in Swebeshe, I can want some. Let me say good afternoon to you, a very loved one, Nerissa of Superbet. You're watching this live. Thanks so much, Nerissa. Good afternoon to you and your entire colleagues. I know you're doing fine, and say hi to mom and everyone that is doing the watching. Love you so much, girl. Go higher. Okay. So let's see this one. Let's switch back to okomfo kwaade. Okomfo kwaade is coming back. You know him say a bribi na urban stage craft pa and nyompa na okomfo kwaade. If he's not the best, he will be among the best. And etifaso as to why. Sinyani a born damu so no one born in hodamu. Yakwa one empania and you hu say okomfo akwada abadamfo no masiaba. He came back and it wasn't as we expected. The okomfo kwaade we know and you know somebody. And as was today over the week social media issue and you could say he's coming back very strong. And what Danny finds say we really comment on social media what they talk about him. He has good fans out there, the management, and will be Pia. What can some fan who be and we should watch out for him. Now my question is, can okomfo kwaade ever be the okomfo kwaade we used to know 20 years ago?
Mommy starts this issue.
You mean to your trigger?
Let me the pass what be such a question. I stand in as a example to what you are talking about.
Okay.
Also, now me wo Ghana movie, which my name was Kwame Trigger.
Yeah, and talking about Ghana movie, our next topic will be this story about how to say local content in the Zena. Yeah, be share more TV. So when I watch movies, it's a good news for you guys, eh? But yeah, Trigger.
And me name the Ghana or the only me.
Okay.
The nipa no who me anata say me ba ma be change because my ekese pa.
Okay, no for what you say.
Me for what you say, which me buy na me use blame crowd social media. Recently 1 month ago me hear MC Trigger. If you go to my friends request. I say I'm out for my request. No, I feel the so me back to me yare that at them hospital 8 months. Obi a utie me bia wa Ghana. In South Africa ha. Obi a utie me bia any story way. I'm just make kasa about my experience.
Okay.
Me yare that hospital 8 months. 8 months no. 5 months man kata me need that. I swear to God. Se salinko mu benya salinko a na obi ani ho Ghana in the yima no nim sa asem way.
Okay.
Me yare that them. Edru baby no. Can you believe say na I don't remember anybody. Na me kai day say na Monday am in kai. Na me try say me yes me be so be then I feel like if I may be say which means I say me all right. So I need to calm down.
Just say na da be. Lockdown create you even forget say na day be, you know.
So who say 5 months?
Every day. So at least
I'm coming. Don't worry. Me ba. Enti no na me bisa sa nyoma na nti nyame ya adom e ma me tumi e begina me na so. Na wo bisa say e yede na me hu ye me ma me na kan sa story we nyina acho me. Se bra ye de me call hospital amen kai. Bishop awanya ne baby call. Bishop man kai say ye de me call ho. Me hu to me ne kan story ni believe is God. What I believe
it's Pomasia baby that track and all that. Will he ever be
my free Ghana de me him say me ba the vibe nya time man ho na o hye ne nioma e year.
Okay, Kwame.
Papa.
Can Okomfo Kwaade come back to be the old Okomfo Kwaade or even more compared to his last comeback, you know, which to me it was a failure?
Are we talking about Okomfo Kwaade the artist?
Okomfo
Kwaade as in the individual?
Artist Okomfo Kwaade. The man be here Okomfo Kwaade.
Well,
we know him as an artist because with the article we read, he said he's coming back on the music scene and this time very big. So we're asking ourselves, Obetimi be Okomfo Kwaade, that beautiful stagecraft, you know, and then the artwork, you know, like because Wangaza he's coming back as a different person, but Swoba as the Okomfo Kwaade we know. Then I'm asking, why about pain and Amfa? Yes.
Okay. In my understanding,
okay,
I don't think the artist Okomfo Kwaade will ever. The Okomfo Kwaade we knew from his first album till the second or the third album, or the free mono. We might get Jerry Anaba back, but we will not get Okomfo Kwaade back. That is a fact. Reason being that even those who were not mentally challenged to disappear in the scenes and come back, no, they couldn't make the hits and they couldn't make up the fan base like they had before.
So am I to believe say comebacks now 99.99% possible?
So if you disappear, it's two things. Either you stay there and maintain your dignity or come back and collect shame. Two things.
But
and I can give you examples.
There is one artist. I know they're wrong. I'm coming.
Okay,
but there's one artist who disappeared for 10 years.
I know, Shatawale.
Thank you. Let's go.
Before Shatawale became Shatawale,
he was Bandana. Okay.
He was Bandana.
Okay, so I think you have a point there.
You understand?
He didn't come back as Bandana.
Yes.
Okay.
So you cannot disappear Okomfo Kwaade and come back Okomfo Kwaade and still get the fan base that you had, still get the fame that you had. Look, I can give you examples. Book back.
Good.
They left, came back, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Our own Prior. They were making all the hits. They disappeared, came back. So the only person who sat down to re-strategize and come back with a different brand is Shatawale.
He went as Bandana, came
he
back
left as
Shatawale.
Bandana, came as Shatawale. So people embraced him as Shatawale. So that is the two differences. And the reason why he came back Amfano. When he came back as Okomfo Kwaade, the track not the buy, he was not available to promote the track as he should have. The track played for some few months, he disappeared. When he came back, I remember speaking on this particular subject last week. When he came back, in fact, people didn't know why he had disappeared. So he went on several interview platforms and then people were still asking what happened. Like before you come back, like, oh, okay, Castro is back. That we thank God. For a few months, and then nobody will think about Castro again because the trend changes. So to say, and now when you look at the system, the type of music artists that we had back then and the ones that we have now, things are changing. There are people who are still like they used to be big. And I'm talking about people like Ofurian Ponsa. If Daddy Lumba should drop a track now, I'm telling you, it is the people from the 60s and the 70s who are going to jump at it. Not the people from the 2000s. Because people will not even, they don't even know him. And you know, if somebody like Okomfo Kwaade should come back, and he's coming back as Okomfo Kwaade, yes, people will be happy, they'll be excited. But trust me, they will only enjoy him when he's performing the first 3 albums that he came up with when he was Okomfo Kwaade.
But the new ones.
Even him as an individual, he only gets interviews based on his mental health. Not that he's back and they want to talk about his career. Trust me, because this is Africa we're talking about. He will not come back as Okomfo Kwaade and people will
my trigger on so what do you advise say 1 year? Should he come back in a different brand? And I say I will still get that answer. Trigger also want in Nyadrin. Kwame Nyadrin.
Kwame menene Nyadrin say only yemfa unza obobonko for bebre and we group singers. Okay, yemfa say yen bushi yen Nigeria and yemfa P Square. We say almost separate, you know, and then OBI and I just almost solo, right? And then we have Rude Boy. But I don't believe in names. I believe in content. Unyomono and some nay woman and no ena echi amanfo. Shata e buy those time no e bandana no. Not true to me. But Obai when we said no, or call it for 10 years when we said no, if I'm coming new again, fine, the name is good. But a message now was sending across, you know, was or changing on a different level, which was a dance hall, and or the buy. Oh no, I'm coming. Or buy, you know, or the dance hall, the buy. And now or the wouldn't saw no pay sa publicity in this annual man talk, and or they know where they be running fire. So for you to say if a Okomfo Kwaade will come back, but then only me may Okomfo Kwaade because say ni be anywhere between a hit ya. You're wrong. So otenase na or prepare who very good. Na or check system and how it goes. Not the new and bar. Believe me.
But you give an example. P Square. My back here. Oma solo. But I said a good work. Okay.
Very good. But I say nyoma or the buy it got a message. Say onyoma or the one say message, you know, I know punchlines are not ready. And yet because say o change be a Rude Boy. And until amount for still a panel. You understand? But nyoma now the back out, you know. It makes sense. And see, how can you tell me say and you make sense in amount for engineer because say wa backsliding or was back.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah, means you
meaning your kind of any dream.
I think our next topic in the mobile dream because we are movie producers.
Shatta Wale since day one. When look, Shatta Wale was doing rap, when he was not in the limelight, he was doing rap. The first time Shatta Wale came out into the limelight, I will be a huno on a tiny boy Nyumbi, Bandana from Ghana, Mokoho. If you play that song. He was saying Wale in that song. It used to be his term, like the way Samini would do play, and then Samini used to Stone Boy. That's Bim, Bim, Bim. His term was Wale, Shatta, Wale. He used to say that in his songs. So Shatta Wale, when he came into the limelight, I think it was on Hammer's compilation, or I think Execution Diary, one of them, either Hammer's compilation or Execution Diary. Yeah. That was when Shatta Wale came into the limelight he featured Tiny on that song. So he has been a dancehall artist since day one. But back then we didn't call it dancehall. We call it raga.
Raga, okay.
Yes, we used to call it raga. But it had a term back then. Dancehall. What do you call this guy? Stone Boy has modernized it and made it Afro dancehall. So for somebody like Shatta Wale, he has been in existence with his Shatta Wale thing. And he has been in existence. Even if you listen to that song, he's claiming supremacy in the industry. It just didn't work for him. So now he's coming back and rebranding himself as Shatta Wale. It doesn't mean he sat down to realize that if he add controversy to himself, well, he came out outspoken because he has been suppressed for the past 10 years. And you see, in Sota Pronchenia or the war, there was a reason he was gone for that 10 years. And there's some experiences I can share with you. While he was still underground and he was still trying to come back, there was a company that came, almost half of the artists did so much to come back. And it didn't work for him. Come thinking, say, Charlie, if I added fight or aggression to my branding, it was going to work. He came out as an outspoken person because Charlie was undergone a bre ache. And he saw himself as somebody who was making it. That being a kind of share just because of being so respectful and being so me pacho, it didn't get him anywhere. So when he came back as, you know what, guys, I'm going to speak my mind now. It worked for him. But it got to a point where it was not working for him. And then he decided that, you know what, we've been so quiet in this industry that things are not going the way they should. So him becoming an outspoken artist, he realized that this is the time that when he speaks, people pay attention to him. And whatever he was saying has got nothing to do with the truth. That was how I spoke my mind. Let's not go there.
You know, we know, Mami Mramukakra, me for say, Kwame was say, okay, as a factor, I have the fact.
Okay.
As someone make an, we say, when you talk about brand now, you're right. You understand? Because you know, Ebwa, when you come in like Usa Bafolia and also Bua, but we say me make his statements. He say, "Shut up, buyer or the dancer on the buyer." Oh yeah, that was dancehall king, right? And you may hit him. Also, the number two will be and Okotake Samini, which we all know, and a blue. You understand? So if I'm putting,
so he came back on a beef platform.
You understand? A buan.
Oba you on the buy when he was gone for 10 years. When he came back, and you on the buy.
Oba on the buy, and you on the buy. Which I know, what I know is the dancehall king. I know the blue, no. Or buy any 10 years, no, and you more buy beyond blue. Dancehall king, the blue, no. Okay. Which we can go to the net and then we just check. You understand? And only blue, no. A blue, we know, but then or tackle Samini, or tackle Samini, we know, and then lift him. You understand?
So are you saying say Samini?
No, I'm coming. What I'm trying to say is say, now, Kase, you don't argue, like you don't go with me with whatever I'm saying.
No, not whatever you're saying. On some facts that you claim.
Very good. Which you don't understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that no matter what, the name is good, but say o package you na onyoma wode ban o fact e wo ma to say the oka say I need to get my facts now. A reason to me must any system ne pair. Bruh, there's no way say no matter
but
what.
But when him say amount for abonyuma punchlines wo mu pa nso emfa. Which Shatawale at some point can drop like 3 tracks in a month. Ebi ba ko pe ne befa. And branding na ye kan one seminar. Let's look at people who rebranded themselves. I will just use Samini as an example. What's your friend Batman? And the meaning of his bad national market. And he is looking at projecting himself into the international market. You can't go to America with what Americans already have. Yeah. You have to go to them with what they don't have. So he sat down and said to himself, look, I cannot be promoting an American content. Let me use my own name. Okay, bandana. We all know what bandana is. It's that scarf. So he sat down and also realized that, look, if I'm coming back to the people, I need to rebrand myself. There are so many good musicians in this in Ghana who've got serious music with punchlines, with dope lyrics, but they are not even hitting the mark.
Nobody tell me my names.
But we have the likes of Sarkodie, what do you call it, Stone Boy, even Shatawale himself, like I'm saying, they are able to drop tracks. But and then to send you say a hit, it only gets to a point where look, Shatawale made a hit song with just 2 words, freedom and my name is Shatawale. Just these 2 things, it became a hit. Lyrics. Your lyrical content will not ama. Say it's when to me I just had or no be no can say a hit. At some point in his interviews he said say me bomb in some egu cassette so a man for better when to me anye. Shatawale never said that, but Shatawale made a hit with just 2 words in the song.
Say Kwame, let's mommy you know 2 words. Was what you talk first? Me didn't kasa okomfo kwaade beba no. Eye ade ba kon. 1. I believe in God. I believe say if God favor a fall upon or bit never. We say word now can say 2 words and a man hate it take only God intervention to come out. Let me tell you something. No matter how lyrically you are good, no matter how you put it out there, say that moment in this half favor and you won't get it.
Well, I'm not denying the fact that Okomfo cannot come back. Like I said, that was why I was asking. Is he coming back? Oh no, come on! I said this from the beginning. I didn't ask you. Is he coming back as the artist?
Or as Okomfo Kwaade, you should forget it.
Yes,
by the name of Okomfo Kwaade.
Yes,
the name of Okomfo Kwaade or the Samba Bima. Final na wo patch.
Sana me person me chiro say so back as Okomfo Kwaade. Ebia just or the bibi ka ho. Ebia or as etuatedom. Because we all know, say it's one of the terms that he used as Okomfo Kwaade. That is what we all know him to be. Into say or back, or bet me you should different name.
Okay.
For all you know, he will come back with a different style. Okay. But if he is coming back as the Okomfo Kwaade we know, why you be paying? What about 2 times? Anfa.
Yeah.
And he can recover from whatever sickness he's going through. So I say, a Dambo, I told you here last week, say. A Dambo is not a 24-hour job. Within a day, no, ubet me about dam in like some few hours, but the rest of the day, you are fine. But unfortunately, no, be a nipe binema over or munche at the time now you will be experiencing or going through that mental disorder. No, that is what people say what about dam? Because even him at some point he will tell you say I'm fine, but that same day, no, you will find him misbehaving. There's an article I read. He said on any mame any. But we've read some other articles or the bushmu. And some of these things, no, it's not like they don't happen. They do happen. And since that getting mad is not a 24-hour job, no, it makes it difficult for us to understand his mental stability. He doesn't forget his lyrics. He doesn't forget his performance. He does that.
In the more than.
Me can't also more than me say a damn it is not a 24-hour job. You may be in a sick state, but you are not sick for 24 hours. There is no sickness that lasts for 24 hours. You may be sick for 6 months. You may be sick for 8. You could be sick for years. But within the day, no, you only experience the sickness in a particular time. You will be on man. You are in the ban of
Ahano. Me pese yinyina ya we say Okomfo Kwaade or more than.
What about damper?
Okay, I'm coming because I had going to our more than me say for Okomfo to me back out the video. Now. The last time I heard it, but Kenya video be now uti and some our kind of which we say I join them. But let's not forget say nipa oko situation be man. I like the way you put it. Say the people around you now. So the situation now common. But who crab it me out to man? It depends on the people around you, how you think, and how they also think about. You understand? And see, for me, I believe say. For him to come out to do such videos, to go out there to do shows, to do whatever he think he can do right. Okomfo Kwaade more than.
Okay.
But onya time because nipa we are.
I've always said some more than, but
let me ask you something. We call people drunkards, right? Drunkard means somebody who's always drunk.
So you're on your drunkard.
That's the thing. You may be a drunkard, but you cannot be drunk every day. As in, you wake up in the morning, you are drunk. It doesn't happen.
So you need to take it at certain point in time.
That is what I'm telling you.
He's not always mad.
When we say somebody is mad, it is not a 24-hour job like constant. You only experience the shutdown within some few hours or certain time within the day. So look, at the time he is performing on the stage, he will not be able to perform. But he's been mad for the past how many years now?
So because are you trying to say sharks when you at that point in Wabadam?
Yes.
That's
he is in that mental state.
You remember the voice note we had last week? If you want me to replay it, I'm about to show. And the sender no quoted Jesus Christ. He quoted John the Baptist. And you remember
Spicy.
So at that point in time, were they mad? No matter.
Look, madness is a state of the mind. So you can go into that state for a very long period of time, maybe years. But it doesn't mean say at that time where you are fine and you are performing on the stage, you are not sick. You are sick. People who are sick from malaria, who can eat, when they eat, they still go back to the toilet and stuff. No, doesn't mean they still can't take in food. people who are drunkards that we always call them drunkards, it's not like they wake up in the morning and they are drunk. It is at some point they go and take in the alcohol, then they become drunk.
Okay, so let's say about 40 years or if not, from day one, basically, has there been a point in your life you acted sober down phones or what damn
You are using the word acted. That means it's not real.
Okay. Why bro why what the suban be what you say where the abodam for suban if it lasted for 3 minutes that 3 minutes no na ns kwame for so achirama one now abodam.
Yes.
You've done that before.
Look,
so
everybody.
you've been mad before.
Stop playing with words.
No, I'm not playing.
There's a difference between you experiencing something and then you acting on something. And I've told you, say, he's in a situation. Last week, I made mention here, say, I had my own personal problems that took me into certain state of the mindset. I even had to tell certain friends that, Charlie, if you see, say, me, me beer, and I say, me no kasa in such a way that you know that I am not that type, just forgive me. Because I'm going through something.
At that particular time, I'm coming in. At that particular time,
when you're wrapping up on that,
you thinking too much into now call that stage.
Yes.
Good. Is the difference between thinking. Comfort, you know, minimum how omokase why num bibi and I say and a man call that kind of situation. I don't know. I'm just
they are just almost linking it to drugs. You understand?
Okay.
But obviously, some numbers you come for kwaade, but that person on a more fine.
It is a Kwame. What you know, with thinking and then being in drugs, and are quite different. So let's not miss this thing here.
Well, you can drink 12% alcohol, I can drink 6% alcohol, but if you come and we are all drunk, nobody asks how many percentage.
So you know what we're gonna do at this stage? Okomfo kwaade story never ends, and then we fast run out of time. There's this one story over the week in Ebaya, and I think both of you will find it very interesting because Mofield and Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture inaugurate local content committee. Let me read a little portion of the story. It says the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture, Honorable Barbara Otin JC, has inaugurated local content committee of the National Film Authority. The mandate of the committee is to develop policy that will put into law the guidance for minimum requirements of Ghanaian produced content for television. The brief inaugural ceremony took place at the Accra Tourism Information Center. Okay, so it goes on and on and on and on. Meaning, say, we read this story, see, and you so the 10-member committee, the names are Samuel Atamensa, he is the chairman of the committee, our very own David Donto, Agro Wasuchain, Julia Ya Asantua Asante, and our so Ernest Boateng, Peter Sedufia, James Boache, Ni Adokwe, and 2 other names will be announced later. Mike Amotafo and 2 other names will be announced later. So now the local content, you say yes, if we all bear witness to it. Say the Lusupadora no one is our foreign content here and ebuso a television sets no so. And you and me can testify to it. Say our local content no in because say Metna share. Sa content in as other stations to aid these content here, and they should even know some you from the tree and that was it. Meaning that if we had it in tree and kepe, but yes, we have brought 4 more tree, and we are forced to watch those things. And Ghana Funania to the extent say we create me to a young system show just because of our program. Why can't we do it now? There is this committee, they want to enforce the law for TV stations at least 70% of local content. Can they force them?
70%.
70%, yes, of local content should be on our screens. And will the advertisers buy this content? Because a me TV program here sponsors also. If I put Le Sopadora, no money, and Ania money, when I say when you have 5 sponsors because why then do you put it into law? Say mini local content, ABNS media, movie I buy. I don't like it, but I'm being forced to. Are you guys giving out for free? Okay, so who do I start with?
So Kwame will be to me. I start it. Okay. No, not maybe.
Okay, because where the minimum say mobile because you are all on the same fold. Movie.
All right. You see, when you have a dying industry, or you never had an industry to start off with.
What do we have in Ghana? A dying industry, or we never had one.
We never had one.
You need movie industry in Ghana.
No.
Until now, they are 1 year then.
It's an individual affair.
Oh, okay, proceed.
Okay. So when you have a dying industry or never had an industry, and individual people are trying to put resources together to make sure that certain things that in humanity must exist, we are making sure it exists. You cannot come and put a law on it. It only becomes an industry when there is a rule governing it. So what I say. So before you start a media broadcasting station, you must get a license from the Broadcasting Commission. You understand? You must get certain rules and regulations that will regulate the system. In Ghana, we only had GBC, which was for the government. So every other thing that has to be in the public domain via visuals were going through GBC. And I am sure those who were producing that time, they will tell you, say, content you are, when you take it there, they reject it. Because
local content.
I don't know whether it was, but back then, that is the only thing we had. So we were watching things that probably made sense to the broadcasters, but
and we
not
loved
to the
it. The
viewers.
account dramas, the
Before you even get that,
TV theater.
there was this show called Talking Point.
Talking Point.
It only comes after Chale.
drama.
Yes, you see. So these are things, and I think
Thursday
a lot
theater.
of people hate Talking Point because they were waiting to watch TV theater, and then you are showing us Talking Point. A lot of people, or should I say, the masses hate Talking Point. But you see, the business and the people in the what do you call it, corporate world love Talking Point because it used to be a current affair. So now other people sat down to say, so, okay, GBC doesn't have competitors. Then came Metro TV, then came TV3, and these are all private owned.
Yeah.
So to say, if it had to do with something that the government had a hand in,
Okay.
and then government would have given them the rules and regulations. When TV3 came, let's start with Metro. When Metro came, they were only showing movies. And people loved it because GTV was boring. You have El Ankara and this other lady. This gun lady, Maybe Affinity. Recently, she was on Facebook. I think she's working for the new TV, one of the new TV stations. You see, and they were the only people we used to see on TV.
Okay.
And they will read announcement for like 15 minutes. The writing will roll on the screen. Like you were forced to listen to it. You were forced to listen to GTV or GBC, GBC One.
Yeah.
And then on radio, you were so like it was so narrow.
Yeah.
That there was no competition. So now private people came in and then they started playing their own rules. That was how the industry grew. So when the industry was growing, I believe the entertainment industry had a bill that they were trying to push in parliament. And if we could get Socrates, he was going to maybe give us light on this. This bill sat in parliament for years. The reason why government didn't pay attention to it is because it was like people were just having fun with what they were doing. And it has even gotten to the stage where it's even so dangerous because now everybody has a smartphone. Everybody has got something that they can link to the internet. So now you don't have to go and pay to put your content on TV.
On TV.
Anybody can just do anything silly and put it on the social media and then they'll get the numbers. So now if you've gotten to a stage where you are putting certain laws that is not working, why do you think people are doing skits now? Now people are moving away from the movie. The reason why the movie industry is dying is because if I have a content and I'm selling it to you, you don't want to give me the money that I want. I am the owner of the product and I'm telling you I want 10,000. In fact, it actually started from a point where the production houses, or should I say the TV producing houses were collecting money from the producers before they play their content on TV. So Payo was for radio, but yes, that was how the system was working because it's a private owned. You won't go to and pay before your content gets aired. But now with the private owned stations, you can come and detect for me. Yeah. So if you want me to play your content, how much are you going to pay me? Which in
it's now the other way around.
Yes. Until somebody like Rex Oman started fighting this whole Payola thing that no, I have the content that is going to make your station relevant. So why must I pay before you play my content? Do you understand? So all these things led to this whole thing that made us not have an industry. We just had people who can afford to put things in the public domain for people to watch. And that is how come till now we are still struggling. Can you believe after so many years, 60-something years of independence, we are now organizing law
committee.
It's funny that for all these years, every other industry in Ghana, from your mining to your business sector, everything in Ghana has got a rule under the governance. But entertainment in Kwano, there's no bill. It was only recently that a bill got passed. I don't think it's even up to 4 years, because I think it was passed, I'm not sure, I stand to be corrected. I think it was passed under the NPP government. But for how many years? So so we don't have an industry. And I don't see this, actually it's a news in a bad direction that after 60 something years,
but it's better late than never. It's young say a bit hold you. But I'm trigger home run. I mean, ask me miss out a few questions. Trigger, you are into the movie industry. What news way? No, does it sound good to you? You're okay. Say at long last, your content can also be showed on TV, and it's going to be by law.
Well, Ghana movie industry,
That's your line of work. Into no one can want some more.
Because only my friend say Kwame. Yeah, to me should be. As I say, who drive or highway now be so kase and then movie na director ba. Who the no.
Like I say,
I'm speaking.
Like I say, produce
as you businessman. Na say wo TV station. Into Uber be family media no, because also we hear sponsors.
Exactly.
Which ebema company na grow.
Yeah.
Na Uber be family media no.
Never.
You won't do that. And to me, I won't say much of this.
But at least a good news to the movie industry.
Okay, in another way, a good in such a way, say almost be change almost style.
Yeah, because maybe problem they say it's going to be by law. Say money local content in 70%. You move to your movie producers. Say more money the good stuff. Then more higher TV station.
No.
It is about money be
the last time, I think I remember telling you, say, I'm doing quality control for a particular movie platform.
Yeah, I saw you had about 40-something movies. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, as a platform, you must have requirements. So as a platform, you must have a requirement.
Platform, you're referring to the media houses?
Yes, the TV station.
I'm going to say Netflix.
Yes. Thank you. So and you as the TV station, if you don't know what you want, I will bring you baller. It's as simple as that. To me, I've done a perfect job, and I'm bringing it to you. And then you are telling me it's baller. What criteria are you using to mark my baller? You understand? The problem starts from the TV stations. You know what you wanted. You didn't give the opportunity to the local producers. You are telling them they are bringing you rubbish. Did you tell the producer what you need? I've worked in Ghana, or should I say, yes, I have worked in Ghana for a couple of years before I left Ghana. I have taken contents to TV stations on several occasions. Back then, what was trending was VCD. So Humana, we take it to them in a VCD format. Now, if you get to the stage where you upgrade to HD, full HD, 4K, you must tell me, if you are bringing me a content, bring the content in this format. Bring it in this quality. Bring it in this, bring it in that. And no, when I go and I bring you something that doesn't meet your requirement that you have given to me, indirectly it is also law. So I just say, now, what these people are buying, it is not because the content is greater than what we are producing in Ghana. They are buying bling bling, like you were saying, the settings, the people in there, but they are speaking tree. And that is not a language for that white skin. So what you should have told them, and there are good producers in Ghana, a lot of them.
So why are they not producing the best movies? Is
because they are producing what suits the system. They are not producing what suits the TV station.
But
so as a
let me chip in here. It's good. You're right. Say the TV station, so catch us. This is what we want, and which they are right to tell you. Good. But so on to me and can't so you yourself say, oh yeah, there. Don't you see market Ghanaian movies with, let's say, this local South Africa.
I had local content. But
it's about some movies to give to you.
it's about 80%. Look, the Scandal, the Generations, the Rhythm City, just say, and you never get out of watching.
I'm telling you, me
Scandal has been on TV for like.
Me call this, you know, this white guy. His name is Frank. What? Me drew on that was
White
my
guy.
He's a white guy. Well, yeah, some stylish. I said, when I
This is Gold Coast
I don't
Radio
know how to describe it.
Are you gay?
Yeah, that's how I see it. So when him me call when I hear audition in Nigeria, I say, "Mon catch him say, where are you coming from?" And I'm say, "I'm from Ghana." And I'll say, "Really, I've been watching you guys movie, but I think you guys need to still push hard." Hear me drew on or more requirements and in your manner or more here. I felt say not me ready because me who a lot of mistakes are not made. You understand? Which now me movie or Ghana. But me ba ha say na me be who almost style of shooting any almost style of even audition was quite different. So I started learning a lot. And see almost local we you know we want to say they compare here the na you say a standard now. Still Ghanaians are
We're lagging behind.
Yeah.
too much.
Because Ernest, you've been here for years, you're working with these guys, so you know the quality they produce. That you know. And with you, with your content from Ghana, anyhow, when I see your movies, it's on point. And yes, I mean, no, America.
At least no, I'm not working. Because the kind of angles I'll be shooting.
This guy,
a lot of different stuff. A one-way story. And one, let's not forget the
Ghana was stories as well.
Very good. But at the end, I'm going to say we like one-way characters. Which also, and also my industry, it collapsed. Let's say, for instance, say, we had Brakoku for so many years, for let's say 10 years, 20 years, which you mark here Brakoku with any character. Do you think, say, Ube Felino, and then Denzel Washington, your movies you see now, you have the vibe to watch, but those vibe now will be fun. Impulu to go and watch such movie again. Will you doubt that? What I believe that. Yeah, and you know, yeah, my bibri industry, you know, say because you are director, and you know, you face fat in kind of crane.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, happy. What do you think is the problem? Yeah, problem being tina yenti produce quality. A cast, no, they don't live up to expectation. And I said, because recently there was this guy. He put all these great actors and actresses together
in one movie.
And when I listened to interview, I say the main again say I call Netflix, and
the movie is called John and John.
It's John and John.
That's Kofi Asamoah.
Kofi Asamoah. And there is other one before the John and John. Is it the John and John?
I think it's in the first.
That was
recently.
That's recently.
Away Bus.
Yeah.
And when I listened to the interview, he said, "Say the main target say called Netflix," and I don't see it on Netflix.
That was not the first movie he shot with almost the entire galaxy. John and John. If you watch John and John, you will find people like legendary actors like KSM playing one role.
Did it make any waves?
Well, I wouldn't be in Ghana to make that judgment. But you see, one other thing, knowing and over-knowing. When they said lack of knowledge, my people perish. Sometimes too much knowledge can also make you perish. Do you understand? Somebody like Kofi Asamoah, he thinks he knows it all. Exactly. And he's perishing in over-knowing. Because how much did you spend in that movie? Because
Obi Akofani be a big gem, and they will charge you. And how much will you make? You need
this name to make a whole Pit Indochi to play like 3 scenes.
Like seriously,
KSM playing, and you think you. In fact, at some point, I feel like this guy's undermining these people. To me, I feel like you're undermining.
When now, Peter Indochi didn't play 3 scenes.
You should watch John and John. I still have the movie.
I will say we have tab.
Was the High Commissioner. One of my artists who made it to Hollywood through the movies that we went to present in Ghana that has never been told. It is only recently I hear they are shooting a movie about Tetekwashi. You understand? But we've got legendary stories. And I'm saying this on record, say that creates millions in the entertainment industry via telling our history in movies. Entertainment is a gold.
Look at this story on Stowaway. What's the name?
Deadly Voyage. It's been so many years.
Look at this story. Look at our story like Kanana.
Kanana.
But you see, if I don't know if they still have the behind the scenes of those productions. Let me tell you, somehow those productions you are naming it's got wide influence. They are always planning ahead. Looking at the content you sold in Kumasi, content with what we are making. To watch, you've made money out of it. Even porn, people put it on social media because I don't know the owner, I don't know where they do something of my own. Or you can just do as we make skate where Ghana, where did we miss it? We never had it. So we didn't lose anything. We never had it. And this is the time where the system is now realizing that we need some sort of governance around some of the things we do, because these days people are putting anything out there. And TV stations, I'm giving you 10 years, maximum 15. TV stations will shut down because internet is the future. When we started this entertainment industry, we thought Ghana was the best until Nigeria came from nowhere, slapped us with some few productions, and then everybody started chasing Nigerian movies. Then we started doing VHS, then VCDs, then USBs. Now it has gotten to the free era. Before you used to pay and put your content on TV. Now TV stations and internet is free. So it is getting to a point where if you own a TV station, you are going to run a loss in that business. So are they saying that after all these years, it has now dawned on them?
Okay. So, and it's coming for Sunny Etinikana. Wrap it up, my Yanko. So the story we're talking about is it says I have 6-bedroom houses, 10 taxis, 25 plots of land and more. 23-year-old Mami is forcing bracks. I don't believe this story. I don't believe this story.
So how many then?
Our 6-bedroom house, 10 taxis, 25 plots of land and more. 23-year-old Mami is forcing bracks.
From the skits now, you know.
I don't think she said from the skits. Did she say?
Well, she had an interview with now.
Zion.
23 years ago.
Me see an interview now. Say you kind of saying before no or restaurants are. Oh yeah, son.
Or Henry, 23 years no kunya restaurant.
23. I say 19 now. Now we say Ghana no yen kind of.
Is it impossible?
It's impossible unless you inherit. It's impossible.
What do you
with
mean?
where we coming from? It's one
Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from?
Ghana.
So you are telling me, say
23 years, who be a school time when I start investing?
Dude, let me tell you something. I come from a family where we were born into marketing. When I was growing up, all our parents were selling at Makola. So we were introduced into trading. Me, I was not part of my siblings who used to sell ice water, but my elder siblings were selling ice water. We were introduced into savings. For you know, I have one cousin. When he's wearing something and you see me say, "Oh, nice!" So he asked, "Oh, better." So it is possible that somebody might have that mentality of trading
at age 23,
right from infancy.
Nothing is impossible under the sun, though.
Yes. So I don't.
Yo, mijawa, yanko. Wrap it up.
Sometimes one way or the other say, "Obetimienya," but don't say when it comes to the interview now. Oh yes, almost pull something to the minds of people.
Yeah, Monfa camera missing is one of these days. Now interview. Pressure, me palm mouth.
It's yeah, almost talk pressure. So you understand? It's may this I've watched it. My name she was taxi restaurant be before so be co-production mu and on the tia normal cane or tia pro.
But what you see? Why have we given certain names? In fact, we've overhyped certain names. Oka said restaurant. No? Ghana, since when did the word restaurant even became a fashion? Yes. When in Ghana, when you say restaurant, we think of the fancy setting and all that. But chop bar is a local name we've given to a place where we eat. It's chop. So they are saying,
on air, you know, starting Joe Phil. If restaurant be a friend Joe Phil or airport runabout.
I know somebody who was doing this what do you call it courier thing, but back then it wasn't called courier. So they are saying, but I had a courier business. For you know that restaurant now wouldn't say occasions people employ them to make food and sell, or maybe there's a wedding, no biaba. And your money fancy name. I've forgotten the name. I wanted to remember the name. But that is one thing maybe she was doing. So I say I had a restaurant or I have restaurants. Well, I think it's just the titling. So for me, I still don't see anything that why so I top pressure man crowfu so no what top pressure man no. But I don't see any pressure in this. So me me catch yourself got what happening 6-bedroom house. Me was 6-bedroom house. Me was 3 cars. One am top pressure man. Me dada me home.
Oh, call 40. You can acquire those things. Me patch your phone. Trigger. Bo pony am kana NSD January.
We there you can say me tia what here for na me tia me fans bia obi a Ghana more US Canada is be omo bia no e do obi bia say na kakra me tumi aka no
okay. Yo, Ernestina.
Papa.
Your last words. It can be it could be one of the topics we talked about.
You better for us say omonya ho adaji e use omo data. E die ti you better omo so say de bia omo support program because without them the program will not grow.
And I promise I'm so on your late view.
And I promise that we are going to do bigger things on the show to make sure that the show goes bigger. You know, yeah, that's it for me.
Ernest Kwame Fosu, MC Trigger. My guys for the day. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Good afternoon, good afternoon, and I'm coming pese. Wherever you find yourself coming on, good afternoon to you. And also to my very own Hips Don't Lie, Efia Papa B. Efia is not feeling too well. Efia speedy recovery, baby, will be a Nyankopon train in San Francisco. Efia Nadia and Yako Diminuna, Yayali Abum. Me and you, we are sick together. And we shall be well together. My name is Robe Show, dear Mr. Ramon. It was Sempa FM. I'm saying Ghana time near 9. We support you from South Africa. So once again, if you have a speedy recovery, you were a loved one, and you are missed on the show. Good afternoon. The fans of Trigger, MC Trigger, watch out. Something big is gonna happen on this show, on this network. So you still can stay. And then also to you that did the listening. I'm out of here. Same time next to the watch now between 3 and 4. Encounter Power Prayer Ministry. Encounter Power International Ministry. Reverend Emmanuel Amwako Agbevi. Between 3 and 4, you'll be coming your way with the word of God. So you make time with him. Churches are still locked down, what I see, but still, maybe I will be a Nyakopong Sem Ebebrewo. So make date and time with Emmanuel Amwako Agbevi. End Time Power International Ministry here in South Africa. Come tomorrow between 3 and 4. Good afternoon to Reverend. I'll put out on pet titles, so. And to the entire family. I know you're doing fine. Hope to see you tomorrow.
This is Gold Coast Radio SA.
Okay, so I'm out of here. See you when I see you.
I lost my